And we are live. So welcome to YouTube for Real Estate. YouTube for Real Estate, passive prospecting, YouTube for Real Estate. We're here to discuss all things passive prospecting and YouTube for Real Estate, hence the name, right? So that's what we're going to be chatting about today. And let me see. All right, we see several of you out there already, which is always a good thing. So feel free to start hitting up the comments. I know last week we got so jam-packed that we weren't able to get to 3 channels and several of the comments as well. So we apologize, but we're back here today to jump on that. And I'm going to bring up, let's see.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Good.
You got the volume all the way up on the
I think my kids are playing with the volume in here. I'm turning it down.
Okay, there you go. Now you sound like a normal person. Let me guess. You're up to all the things all the time?
All the things all the time. Always working on something in the background.
That's good. Let's see. I like, speaking of backgrounds, I like the background.
Thank you. Threw that up this morning.
Let's go. All right. Do we have the 3 channels from last week?
Yes, I messaged you in WhatsApp with those.
Yeah, I heard that blowing up right before I jumped on. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. All right. So we got some questions up here as well. Mm-hmm. And also I see, let's see, Will.
Yep, Will had a question in the group too, so we'll answer that in a bit.
Okay. Well, I see Will here already. Will, you want to, can we bring you in? Get a thumbs up. All right. Let's see. Let's bring up Will. What's up, Will? How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Remind us where you're from.
Louisville, Kentucky.
All right. Good old Kentucky. Anything exciting happening over there?
Right now it's about 76 degrees on a November afternoon, which is normally in the 40s. So driving around with the top down for some lunch.
There you go. What kind of car you got?
I have a little BMW Z3.
Okay, cool. All right. Zip around Kentucky with the top down. Well, good. All right. So what can we help you out with today?
I'm having a little trouble following how to set up the actual channel. I'm going to be working on doing some videos and stuff here pretty soon, and I've got some to-do stuff. But my biggest thing is when I tried to download the template, it came across where I couldn't modify it. So I'm not sure how to get it modified. That's one. The other is I'm setting up the link and do the Zoom call and grab that information on those different pages for the buyer and seller. So I'm trying to have a little difficulty trying to figure out how to set that up. Then I was going to ask some questions on the Google business page and the YouTube page. I've got them both underneath the same name now. And I've also got a handle as well that's already set up for the YouTube page. I was just going to get your thoughts on those. And then what was the other thing? On the subscriber button, on how to get that located onto the actual page itself. Some of that might be broad, some of it may be specific.
Okay. Are you in our course?
Yeah. Okay. And I'm set up with Norman at 3:30.
Okay. I know we cover all of that in there. Now, when you say the banner, are you talking about the Canva banner?
Yeah, because I'm already in Canva. So when I use the link and go in, it says I'm already a member and I'm not eligible for the template. So I'm trying to figure out how to get around that.
Oh, really?
That's weird. I'll go look at that and see if there's some weird setting that accidentally got ticked on it or something.
Okay.
And you should be able to use it.
And then when I'm in module 3, it gives me an area down below where I can download it. But when I download it, it's just a fixed piece of art. There's no way.
Yeah, if you download it, it will flatten it. But yeah, you should be able to. I'll look at the Canva account and see if something weird got ticked on that, because you should be able to just edit that right on Canva.
So let me see here.
And I put some of it in the page yesterday for today's some of the questions and stuff. Basically what I just mentioned.
All right. So if you click on the link, it's pulling you to here, right?
Can you make that a little bigger? It's kind of hard to see.
Oh, not really. I can't zoom in on it.
Okay.
So if you click on use template, it should say continue.
It gives me this, it gives that in the background, but it says you're already a member and you're not eligible or something of that nature.
So when I go through it, it pulls it. Yeah, I'm not sure because it pulls it right up, which is what it's supposed to do I'm a member of Canva as well. And I just went through the link in the course, clicked on that, make sure you're signed in. It should pull it right up. And then this is how you edit. This is how you edit everything. So, all right, well, let's, we'll check on that. I mean, I can't solve that tech issue right this moment, but as far as I see on my side, I just went into the course, clicked on that link. Like you said, you saw where it went to, but so that we'll just double check on that. And if we need to dive in that a little bit further with you, we can. It looks like they have some other templates in here in Canva as well. Some banners. They're a little bit off and everything, but anyways, all right, let's pull that down. What was the second question? Was that all that was listed out there in WhatsApp, Krissy? Okay.
Yeah. I think that was the last, second to last thing that I sent you in WhatsApp.
Okay.
Maybe it was just some type of glitch yesterday when I was trying to do it, because right now it's allowing me.
So that's good. Sweet. Problem solved.
Okay, good. See, that's all we got to do. Sometimes you just got, it's like when you take your car to the dealership and and then all of a sudden the check engine light won't come on, it's always that, could be that case. So let's click back on here. This is a good little topic anyways, but just for people to know, real simple is when you're in here in customization. I know we do cover this. So this is just something you want to go back into the channel build out module on there is branding. So in channel customization and branding, that icon is just right here. So it's going to ask you to change it right there under channel customization and branding, where you can change out your profile picture, your banner, and then right below that is where you change out that icon. And it's that simple. And we have the icon in there too. So you can just download that icon and put it in there. So that's how you change out. And for the people that are wondering what we're talking about, since we're on the live stream, try to explain this. Basically, after about 5 seconds on your video, notice how well, you probably didn't notice, but notice right here, if video starts, there's nothing on this right-hand side. And then after 5 seconds, it pops up the little icon, right there, which if you scroll your mouse over it, it pops up the little subscribe link on there. Is how that works. So that's the little emblem in customization. Right down there is where that goes. So
and then how do you get where the Zoom call is and have people to click and it goes to buyer, seller, and then they enter information, it gets submitted? Where's all that at?
Yeah,
that's in the
channel build out as well. So I think you probably just want to run back through there, but I'll show you here real quick as well. So let's see, I think we're still on customization. So you might want to go back to the customization, but this is where right down here on your links. So right here, it says links. And here is, now we have it linked to a bit.ly link so that we can track how many clicks we get to there. So that's where it would be put in. You'll see here, it'll say links, add links to sites you want to share with your viewers. Now you can choose how many links are shown, up to 5 links. And of course, this is something we talk about as well, that most agents you'll see typically have TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then subscribe, and they have all these links, which we don't recommend because it just pulls people off the platform if you're sending them over to TikTok or something like that. So we only want to display the first 2 links, because we want again, you go back to the channel. Up here, we have it labeled. You see it says moving to Dallas, let's chat. And so you can label that inside of here, link title, moving to Dallas, let's chat. And then we have our link in there. And then we have the subscribe link that we put in there. So what you can do is, now here's something else that you can do. If you take this question mark sub confirmation 1, basically when you go to your homepage, this is your link to your homepage. If you notice how it ends in NCA. So if I copy this whole link and it ends in NCA, you look here, ends in NCA, but I add this sub confirmation or question mark sub underscore confirmation equals 1. When you do that, add that on the end of your link there. That just puts them in a loop so that whenever somebody hits or somebody goes to your channel page, it'll automatically pop up a box to subscribe. So that's pretty simple. So you can add that in there as well. So question mark sub underscore confirmation equals 1 is the setting on there. And that's it. And so that's where you'd put your Zoom link right up in here.
Okay. And then once you click on that and it goes buyers and sellers, how do you input that information?
Okay, that's going to be in 4. So have you completed the whole course?
No, I'm in 3 right now. I'm going into 4.
All right. So that's yeah, I think that's probably the best way to go to just finish up through there, because we walk you through everything step by step on there. Yeah.
All right.
So and I want to and so
I'm just jumping the gun.
Yeah, well, no problem. We all do it. So it's all good. But I think that's yeah, we'll get to all that stuff. And so that way we want to move over to some channel reviews and get working on that. So hopefully that should take care of those initial questions. But yes, I know we have this in there. So just, take each step by step, and then it should walk you through that. And now you got the channel banner working on there as well. So that's good.
Okay.
And I think we should be good to go. But once you complete everything, if for some reason something's unclear at that point, then just reach out again and we'll be happy to help you there. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Will. All righty. Let's see who we got. I'm not even sure how to pronounce David's first name there, but hello. And Svetlana, how to ask a question. Just like that. Congratulations. Yes, just like that. Yes, feel free to drop a question here. Let's see. So yes, how to ask a question. Yes, you did. Congratulations. Just do that again with the question. Let's see here. Hey, hi guys. Hey, what's going on? Mihai. All right. I thought my last name was hard to pronounce. We got some good ones in here today. Let's see. Moving to Kansas City. Hi, Sue Shores here. What's up? First time enrolled a few weeks. Awesome. Welcome, Sue. Happy to have you. Let's see. Who do we have down here? Do we have any people from the channel reviews that
all in WhatsApp.
But are they here? I'm not sure.
Oh no, I don't think most people are here unless, I actually didn't check to see who our 3 were from last time. I just remember that we missed 3. So I'm not sure.
Okay. Uh-oh. That's a good one. Let's see. I got to sort through all my tabs. What's another question you can we can answer in the chat real quick?
What is the best, easiest way to record a background voice recording on a street video? Oh, so just like a voiceover, Svetlana? Is that what you're asking? I think that's what you're asking, doing a voiceover. We've done it a couple of different ways.
Yeah.
On your phone times. There's different ways to do it.
If you want to do a voiceover, the thing is that we what you want to do on voiceovers, which we've used some voiceover in the last couple of videos, and they've done really well. I think just changing up a lot of different components in the video is really helping increase our retention, and just to switch it up. We've talked about this I think finally now we're really implementing what we've preached probably 6 months ago, and I don't know, and maybe it's almost a year ago. I remember discussing watching real estate shows, and I'm watching the real estate shows, especially like $1 Million Listing or Selling Sunset. Don't judge me, but I was watching for research purposes, not for the drama. But I was watching seriously because I wanted to, just see the cinematography, the videography, how they were working that. And that's whenever it just hit me, especially on Selling Sunset. And now there's a new episode or new show out on Netflix called Buying Beverly Hills, which is like the same crew. I mean, these shows are just, like spinoffs of every different people, but it's about the agency owner, Mauricio, who's a husband of one of the housewives, right? One of the housewives of Beverly Hills. So now they have that show, Buying Beverly Hills. And I was watching, I was flying back from Denver last night, and I downloaded a couple of the episodes to watch on the flight. And that's what I was watching for, the houses and the cinematography. So I can still do without the drama, but it does keep it interesting though.
He says.
Yeah.
I know you're invested in all of these couples' relationships. Yeah. You've got a map that you've made on the back wall. You've got it all figured out.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, you watch that. You watch click on the first episode of Buying Beverly Hills. It's a frame change every 2 seconds. Like literally just go 1,000, 2 1,000. As soon as they change frames, go 1,000, 2 1,000. They'll change frames 1,000. I mean, it's just fast. The B-roll, the zoom ins, the drones, and then whenever they get in conversation, you'll notice there's 6 or 7 cameras. They're capturing, they're switching from people talking to people's expressions to, this to that to, it's a lot. And it makes me think that, okay, just, that's a lot of editing, and clearly they've got a whole team for that. So I don't think we'll get that extreme, but we're working on changing those frames every 3 to 5 seconds, every 3 to 6 seconds. This is something also I've mentioned with Roger Wakefield as a plumber with, 500,000 subscribers. You got to keep people's attention when you're talking about leaky toilets, right? And he has like 3 different angles, 3 different cameras in his studio. So, it's like an overhead, a side shot, the front angle, and then he's got stuff going on in the background. So that's anyways, but voiceovers. So getting back to voiceovers, it was the fact that you can just record those anyways. You can do it as a voice memo on your phone. You can just, you could record a video and just talk to yourself. Now the couple of the voiceovers we've recorded have been scripted material. So even though the rest of the material is unscripted, by the way, that reminds me, Krissy, we should put a announcement in the Facebook group for the shorts module update. Let everybody know that we just updated the shorts module in the course. So the voiceovers, just get your B-roll. So if you have your B-roll, kind of like the Frisco vlog that we had that just shot out of the gate a couple of weeks ago, we included like parks and schools and things like that. So even though we were at the school and we did that unscripted, well, it's easy to look up a paragraph or 2 worth of information about the school district there in Frisco, right? And so it was kind of like number of students, a little bit of the history, blah, 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 a simple paragraph. And I just came back here. One thing you could do is you could either do that on your phone. You could literally hit record. You're not going to use the video footage, but you could just hit record on your camera, first of all, and have a piece of paper or your laptop and directly read that script and just read it. And then you're going to record that audio. When you give that clip to an editor, they're just going to extract the audio, and pull the audio. So you don't care if you're looking down, reading, that's it. You're just looking. Now make sure that the microphone is pointing towards you, something like that. You can do it that way. You could come back home and, open up your laptop and record the audio on your laptop. You could do a voice memo on your iPhone. You could, but the easier way would just be include an additional video file. Just hit record on your phone and read. You're not going to use the video, so it doesn't matter. Editor will strip the audio and add that to it. And then make sure you have the B-roll, though, all the additional footage to overlay, and so that way, as you're reading that paragraph or giving a little bit more of the overview, then you've got plenty of B-roll to go with it. So So that should answer that question. Let's see. Haley, let me know. Do we have Haley here? No, Haley. Do we have, who's this? This is, I know this guy. His St. Augustine, Florida homes. I know his name. Do we not, Peter, is it? No, it's, what's his name? Slipping me right now. If you're here, St. Augustine, Mr. St. Augustine, the First Coast team. I feel like maybe we covered that one last week. I'm not sure, but let me know if Haley. Let me see who's on camera back here.
Haley's here.
Matthew Perez. Are you just hanging out, or you got a question? Do you want to come up? You want to come up on the live stream? Thumbs up? No. Okay, I see a head. Nope. All right, he's just hanging out. Jamie, I don't see your camera on, or Robert. Is it Mihai? Is that how you say your name? Mihai? Give me a thumbs up. Are you wanting to come on, or are you no? Mihai, is it Mihai? Hello?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yes, perfect. It
No.
is.
Hey, no problem. How are you?
I'm good. I just have to.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Okay. I have to turn off the YouTube because I'm also on YouTube and also I'm in the back end. I'm good. I just have to. Yes. Okay. I have to turn off the. All right. Here I am.
All right. What's up? How are you?
Terrific. Oh, phenomenal. Thank you. Grinding here.
All right. I love the background. Looks good.
Thank you. I just set this up yesterday, actually, and Joanna doesn't like it at all because she says that she doesn't like that that shadow right there. So I had to, but I actually like it the way it is. So I don't know. Anyway,
well, we're not here to solve marital problems, so that's
working problem.
Yeah,
work in progress.
Y'all are gonna have to deal with that one. Okay.
All right. So I sent the question in the chat, but I can show you if I can, if I could share my screen, because these are the two major things that were happening. And I honestly, I'm out of ideas. I have no idea how to approach this. So the first thing was that we replaced, or we changed the channel name, from Yonanin, it was living in Raleigh, NC. Mm-hmm. And I also changed the handle. So before anyone else was able to jump on it, I set up that handle to living in Raleigh, NC. Now it's still, the account, it's still it's not a brand account, right? We did not switch to a brand account yet.
Okay.
And the second question was that at the beginning, the first 2 weeks, the views started to take off. We started to get comments, whatever. We started with the vlog videos, and then everything pretty much just stopped, almost like literally stopped. So the views, if I show you on analytics, is just horrendous. I have no idea why. So if you have any ideas on,
are they able to share that screen, Krissy? Do you know?
If anyone would, and besides that, if anyone would search for, right, like living in Raleigh, NC, our channel doesn't pop up at all.
Okay.
Well, we do have quite a few competitors in your area too. So with those people, they have been ranked longer. So that's the only thing, we are having to compete with more than the average channel on that. So I still think we're going to be ranking for that eventually, but it is going to take a little bit of time to rank for that handle. But let's see if we can share. Yeah, are you sharing the screen right now, Levi, or did you want me to?
I'm just looking real quick.
I think I'm able to share right now. So,
are you? I don't know.
At least
I think you can.
I tried. I mean, it says stop sharing, which means it's sharing, but I still see myself here.
I'm not sure why that's not showing.
Okay, let me let me pop up. Let me go over here real quick, and I pulled this channel, correct?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Let me go back. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So I mean, I typed it in. I pulled it up. It's a couple of down there, but
Oh, now at least one came up. Yes, but
Yeah.
for many weeks actually nothing actually showed up.
Well, I mean, that could be on. I mean, sometimes it's tricky when you search your own stuff on there, so that could be.
I tried it from incognito windows, from I guess Google knows if you're on incognito window anyway, so you can't hide that from them. But I also tried with a different IP address with using a VPN. And if I use vidIQ or anything else, from the channel, then all these videos are going to rank. But as soon as I jump, or I try to search from a different computer using a VPN or from my phone or an incognito window, barely anything comes up. And even if I type in living in Raleigh, NC, nothing showed up. Well, I'm happy that actually it showed up at your end, but
yeah. Okay, so we'll take a look at a couple of things, and so let's we'll just have to do a channel audit on there and take a look. So I don't know if we can dig into that and cover it right now. So let's look at otherwise. I mean, you still have a newer channel, so no, you've got quite a bit.
They have some channel history. They've only been working with us for a little bit, but yeah,
Okay.
they have some good channel history.
the channel is like 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's old school, huh? So I'm just looking at some of the videos. Okay, so some of these clearly,
Those are older ones that we didn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what I'm seeing on here is that, I mean, views here, it's kind of consistent. I think we've got to work on, I can see where the thumbnails have changed. So this one popped up 6:30, 1 month. How many are y'all doing? 3 per week?
Yes, we are doing 3 per week.
Okay. So let's just click into a video real quick and see what happens.
Don't move to Raleigh, North Carolina. You might be thinking, what is this woman wanting to share with me? Well, if you're considering coming here to Raleigh, just like we did from Los Angeles, California, but you're not really sure whether or not you want to come or not, maybe your job is forcing you, but maybe you have other options. And so
you actually picked the worst one of all.
Pick the worst what?
Yeah, you picked the worst one of all because I don't think this one was the right video, but she kind of insisted to try this out to see how it works. I don't think it has enough elements either. It's kind of dry. If you go back, you'll see there are a few other ones. I mean, pretty much any of the other videos, I think that the sound is much better. Everything's much better overall.
Is she using a microphone?
Not all.
No, she's not here. I wasn't here. I couldn't set anything up. She did it on herself on her own. So
All the time, and I'm here.
I mean, the audio, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not definitely as clear as it could be. And that's something that it's something that we always want to emphasize is audio is really key.
Yes.
Just for the fact that audio can be argued as even more important than the video quality. Even with the camera, I'm not sure what camera she's using. It looks a little blurred or out of focus, or if she's using an iPhone. Do you know what camera she's using?
Yes, she used an iPhone 13 Plus Pro.
So I'm gonna assume that there's probably smudges on the camera. There might be.
Yes. So as I said, you picked the worst video because I was not here and I couldn't set anything up. So she did it on her own.
Okay.
If you check any of the other videos, you see that there is a big difference.
Okay. Well, just something to.
But I'm personally very aware of how this video turned out, and
so you don't want us to critique this one. All right. So we'll. I think we'll run through and do. We can take a look on the back end. We'll have to get offline if you're not able to share your screen.
I can. I mean, I tried. I thought I do. It says, all right. So it says present.
Okay. Well, all right. So we'll we'll just say on this. So we know what we need to change up on that one. Let's see. So you're saying this one?
Considering moving to Cary, North Carolina, but you're like,
Now that audio sounds a lot better. So
Yeah.
sure, I cannot find anything in the $400,000 price point that I'm actually going to like. Well, you might be wrong there. So in today's video, I am going to show you 5 different homes in 5 different zip codes. So you can.
Is NC, I'm assuming NC is better search than North Carolina.
Yes.
Okay. So. All right. Let's see.
One thing I will say, I haven't had a chance to dive into your analytics today, but one thing I will say is that I'm having across the board the past couple of weeks, especially, I've had several people reach out to me and mention that they're down a little bit. And I wouldn't be super concerned with it going down a little bit during this time of year, especially with the holidays. I found that last year, I feel like this exact same thing happened to us. There are going to be a little bit of dips here around the holiday season, just because people are, more or less, they're just spending less time online. So I wouldn't be too concerned about, short amount of dips that you may see here or there. Of course, we're going to want to hop into your analytics and see if there's anything that we can fix. But for those of you who are listening who said, oh yeah, I have seen kind of a little bit of a dip in my analytics, that's normal to see that around the holiday season. So I wouldn't be super concerned with that. You see that across the board actually with Reels as well. We see it go up a lot in November and December. But in the fall months, sometimes you'll see a few dips, and you'll see that from a lot of different creators on Instagram as well, who are teaching Instagram. You're going to see some dips during this time of the year. It's normal.
Yeah. On our end, it went from like 1,300 views a day to like 100. That's what I'm talking about when I say that's significant. If it was just a little bit of drop, whatever, but it was not
totally. Yeah, like I said, we'll have to jump into your analytics and kind of see what we can see on your end, because that's probably a little bit more of a dip than we would like to see. And that's probably outside the scope of normal, but we can probably pinpoint exactly what that is.
Yeah, I mean, even you look at our channel, even on our channel, we're the last 4 weeks almost have been, you're going to see, I mean, it's, a little spike here. It's been a little bit down the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's super normal during this time of year. The fall into the Christmas season, it's a lot.
I think getting into definitely Thanksgiving, things jump back up
big time
significantly. Yep. So that's something else we want to stress right now too, is that look at your publishing schedule and make sure you want to release something on Thanksgiving Day. A lot of people around, or even Thanksgiving Eve in the evening, and then let that roll over into Thanksgiving Day. So we'll come back to it though. We'll do a check, Mihai, on the analytics. We'll do a little channel audit for you, and then see what we can figure out on there. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do a deep dive for you in your analytics. I was planning on doing that today or tomorrow. So.
I really appreciate that, Krissy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, marital counseling for an upcharge. Yes.
Well, you had to throw that grenade at the beginning. So
yeah, and it's also still it's still new. I mean, the thing is like if we've been in there for 2 weeks, and it just can take a little bit sometimes. Just the volume as well helps with that ranking too. So initially on the front is I like her videos. I think they're really good. And so I think it's just a matter of getting back in the consistency. So that's the other thing too, is just now we redevelop the consistency, make sure the content is good. From what I saw on there, that looked fine. The channel's dialed in. So it might just be something on the back end. All right.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll take a look, Mihai. We'll figure it out for you.
All right. Thank you guys.
Welcome.
Let's see.
That's another thing I'll just mention too, as we're getting into the holiday season, and I've been stressing this with our editing team too. We are making big time game plans for everybody who's involved in our editing program for the holidays, which means you really want to be ahead for the holiday season, especially I hear a lot of people who are leaving for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. It's normal for them to take that time off at the end of the year, which is fantastic. You should be thinking about your Thanksgiving releases and your Christmas releases like today. Those are things you should have in mind way before the Christmas season, because things get backed up, and even if you're working with a different editing service or something like that, people are going to get backed up around the holidays. So just make sure you have a game plan in place for that, and you have something that's really thought out well that you can release on those days, because those are huge influx days for YouTube. I mean, you think about what people are doing after Thanksgiving dinner. They're all dead on the couch, stuffed with turkey, and watching YouTube videos and football. So keep that in mind. You want to release something very, very significant on Thanksgiving. Don't just do like a regular 400K video. Do something that's kind of unique and different. Same thing for that Christmas week. You're going to want to release some stuff that's really, impactful for those two holidays.
Yes, indeed. Let's see, Mary. What's up, Mary? Are you? Do you have a question, Mary? Would you like to come on?
Actually, Mary Jane. I go by Mary Jane or MJ. But I got all of these channel names, and then I also got the handles. So I've got Living in Denver CO is one of my handles. Living in Denver South is one of my handles. I've got my agent in Denver that I have used off and on, but I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I signed up. But which of those two should I use as my main? Because I just decided to get a couple of channels so I'd have choices. I'd love input.
Okay. Did you research the search volume?
I did, and they're pretty much the same. Or when I was searching, they were the same. And
what's the competition like? Do you see certain keyword phrases that are being used as channel names?
Yes, and actually the Property Brothers have Living in Denver. I thought the only one person could have the channel name. Only one person can have the handles, and handles are new. So I think people should go and get their handles right away.
Yeah, handles were just released, so that's a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah, I would, as just look at the ones you have, and I usually tell this to people who come into the editing program. If you have, I would take the 4 to 5 renditions of something that makes sense for your channel. Do a volume search for that. See what the volume looks like. If everything kind of looks the same, then your deciding factor could be going in and seeing if there's other channels that are already named that, and choose the one that's kind of the least used.
Right, and I'm focusing. I work mainly in the South. I mean, I'm all over the place, but I'd prefer to be just South. But I don't want to limit myself either, because I'm as far north as Greeley and far south as Colorado Springs too.
Yeah.
So you said Denver CO was one?
Yes, Living in Denver CO.
Okay. So competition is not a lot. And what was the other handle?
I'm Living in Denver South rather than South Denver. I wanted Denver to be first.
Hold on. Oops. Living in Denver CO. Yeah, competition there, optimization strength, but you could optimize. It looks like you should have a good optimization strength to search volume is high. So Living in Denver South.
Yes.
I mean, is that the one that you said was much better?
Yeah, it actually, and I don't know why. It seemed to be both. Yeah.
I mean, this seems better on, optimization, search volume, and so low competition, and there's room to optimize. So Denver South. So, that looks like it may be better. Of course, it didn't give us the exact search volume, which I usually tend to weigh off of first.
Right.
But
it's insufficient data on both.
Yeah. Denver South, but you have more in the green on all three. So, and if that's an area you really want to focus on and niche in, then I would probably lean towards Denver South.
Okay. And I've picked my 7 areas. I think I have even a few more areas. And I just had a buyer from looking in Castle Rock. There are so many. There's 5 different main areas: north, south, east, west, and central. And so, I've started the videos, but I just get so diffused. I've worked on my B-roll, my drone footage. I am a licensed drone pilot, so I've gotten footage downtown, Union Station, and everything just for Denver proper. And then I've taken footage in Castle Rock. I got kicked out of Bronco Stadium
Nice.
by drone. They said, we have a radar that will sense drones. So, but I got a little bit of footage.
I'm sure they've got some stock footage of that online, right?
Oh yeah. And I could pull that. Where do you get your stock drone footage?
We have quite a few different spots that we pull from. Adobe Stock is one, Storyblocks is one, Envato Elements is another one.
What was the last
is
one?
Envato Elements.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we pull from a lot of different spots, but you can find some pretty good drone footage online.
Okay. But I should have all that ready for you when I upload it, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Okay. I'm working on that.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah. So it's just hard to get everything going because I know I've got 30 days to put it all together and I better have a lot of it the first time I put it together.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and just a reminder too, that if you purchased our Done With You program, you have 30 days from when we actually put out your first video. So don't be too stressed.
Yes.
It's not 30 days from when you buy the program. So
Oh, I know. It's from when I put the first video. But
right. But yeah, it's good to have all that stuff together though, because that way we can just move on super speed. So
yeah, I did the Done With You, and I actually have created my banner. It feels like it's too big. I did it in Canva. I followed the basic thing. It feels
it
too
looks really big when you put
Okay.
it together, but it cuts everything off when you
Okay.
throw it up there. So yeah, just it looks a little ugly when you throw it together, but when you put it up, it cuts everything off perfectly. So
Okay, and I should upload that rather than me send it to you and you upload it, correct?
well, you could do it either way. I mean, part of your channel setup also includes us designing that for you. So you can totally
Right.
leave that alone if you want to. But if you have an idea in mind and you want to send it to us, then we can upload it for you too. Either way.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely have ideas.
Awesome.
So, thank you.
You're welcome.
all right. Thanks for joining, Mary Jane.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Susan. Oh, Susan's back.
We love Susan.
Are you
Hey,
coming
Susan.
back? What's up, Susan?
Hi there. You can't get rid of me. So my good news is that my 905 guys have finally come around because the market is really dying here.
Okay.
And I think after 5 months of working with them on YouTube, they have finally figured out they better do this. So we did a turnover call yesterday, and they're putting your picture up instead of the logo and all this stuff. So I'm pretty happy today. So Krissy will be dealing with them from now on in the editing service.
Yep.
And I had another agent text me yesterday. So this is the goal. Let's just keep going. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I do have a quick question. Maybe it's still too soon. Looking for in the do-it-yourself editing. I don't see any shorts information or shorts pricing, or I know you said
That was supposed to go up over the weekend. I'll check back in with our web team. They were supposed to put that up for us. So I'll check
okay.
in with them.
Thanks. Okay, so all right, that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome. And we just updated the shorts module, so
Okay.
go check that one out in the bonus material as well.
That's where it is. Okay.
Yep. In the bonus material. Well, good. All right. Well, good to see you, Susan, and we'll check out the channel again. So see did they update the banner and everything?
Yeah, we did. Well, they're fixing it. They did Toronto instead of Burlington because but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
905 guys. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I still see okay, there we go. We got
Unless they changed it since yesterday, it's still the old one.
yeah, okay. Well, he's got his picture instead of the 905. He's got his picture in there. So
Yeah, well, they're actually changing it to Burlington, Ontario, everything that I just sort of had to have a conversation with them to get a perspective that they may be, and this is for any agent, because I think this is the barrier, is that they're very good at what they do. And yet I had to explain that, but we are not YouTube experts. You are the YouTube expert, and you're the only one who's figured this out in the whole world. So why wouldn't we listen to you? Why would we not follow your program and your progress? Because I kept saying to them, they keep getting, because they did a 905. This is really interesting because it's the area code, which nobody would know outside of our area. And they're getting all their hits from the towns on each side. So I had to show them that we're not getting the target market that we're looking for. But so we had a good talk about perspective and why, and following your process. And I think they're open to that. Took them a little while to get around it. And I understand that because pursuit marketing is a 360 to attraction marketing, right? Mentally. So, yeah.
So lesson to be learned, guys. Listen to the ladies.
Well, can I just say one more thing? Because I also coached a guy in Hilton Head Island, and their commissions are down to 1% there. There's still 2.5 each side here. And you know what? When you look at the cost and the hours, they just sold our house. We bought another one. I swear they spent 100 hours on our listing. I mean, right from beginning to end, admin, everything, right? 100 hours, and it works out to $225 an hour. And and listing is just supposed to be the holy grail, right? Yep. But what about if someone who's already warmed up, knows you, knows the prices, seen the neighborhoods, comes into town for 2 to 3 days and they buy, and you make the same money? Like, so as these commissions start wobbling, this is the business model makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Well, and we've, our average contact under contract is 47 days. And the reality is if we track that down to when people came into town, I bet you it would be a 7-day window, because most of our people don't come into town for like 30 days or so. But they typically contract within the first 48 hours of looking at homes. And we're still, actually, I told Travis, there's a fourplex over here in my neighborhood I wanted to go get, but I just came back from out of town. I told him on Saturday, we should go check that out. That's already under contract. It's
wow.
And I know one of our agents just got a deal, 3 days ago, had to go over to be out a couple offers. Now it wasn't crazy over, it's about $20K over, but still, things are well priced here in the Dallas area, but yeah, it's still, it's just something that, but yeah, listings, they can definitely be a little bit of a challenge right now.
Yeah. Would you be willing to share what your numbers are so far? Like just total sales and number of transactions kind of thing? Just give us some sense of how far you've come this year.
Yeah, actually I just got an update here. I'll just share my screen because oops. Let me go back. Let me pull up the text message. That way you can see straight from our operations manager. Because she just, let me pull that up over here. Because she always gives me an update every Monday. And like I was in Denver on Monday, so she sent a text to me. And here we go. So let me share this screen. And I'll show you the text. Well, I don't know if you can see. I'll read it off to you if you're unable to see it.
I can see it.
Numbers. So 100 and this is 2022. 170 deals closed, and this is 170 deals closed. Volume year to date 82.9 million. GCI 2.84 million. Pending, we've got 26 pending and expected to close 14 of those by the end of the year. So the pending is 18.5 right now, 18.5 million with 6.9 million before end of year. So month to date, November, we've got 3 closed. We've got 13.9 million pending with 1.2 in commissions, and that's month to date closed. November pending 11 transactions so far, 4.8 million in volume, 19 transactions projected to close. So that's where we're at.
Wow. And just out of curiosity, how many leads are you getting a day now? You were talking about 5 before.
It's more like 3.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's like 2 to 3.
Okay.
Really, yeah, it's definitely we've seen a little bit of a drop off as well, but it's funny, we had a call this morning, and here's the thing. I mean, you have to do more right now. Of course, you got to be more visible, and that's either on video or on the phone or in person, whatever the way you're generating business right now. With my travel, I don't actually got one more trip this weekend for NAR. And then that's it for the end of the year. So my goal is to really focus on increasing, even at least 4 videos a week through the end of the year, because I just want to be that more visible. And I think there's plenty of content to do on that as well. Plus I want to make sure we got good content coming out for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, New Year's Eve, get that planned out. So yeah, but we're still getting deals under contract, but they also come with some work. We had somebody call in. Actually, we had one of our agents get a deal under contract within 4 days, and they called in, and then whenever the agent reached out to them, because we have somebody that takes the calls, screens them, understands what their price range is, all that stuff, asks a few questions, qualifies them, and then we'll get them to appropriate agents. So we have our agents divided up as far as, who gets what price range of lead based on their seniority or quality of getting deals done. So it's like, but Nick, and he's a newer agent, but he's just been crushing it because he's been really working hard. And he called the guy, and the guy was like, well, I'm just not interested anymore. And he just stopped and was like, well, hey, what are you not interested in? Just by asking a simple question, continued that conversation. And the guy was like, well, I'm not interested in that area anymore. I want to be closer to this area. And he's like, oh, well, did you consider looking in this area or this area? And he goes, well, not really. He goes, okay, well, what if we just go out and check out a few things? I could show you something. So even just being that proactive to kind of initiate, hey, let's go check out something. And then next thing you know, he took him to a neighborhood based on what the guy had told him he was kind of looking for. And the guy found a house and a new construction, was like, man, this is it. I got it, got pre-approved for $700K. They locked up a $610,000 deal in less than a week, and that was somebody who really just tried to blow him off in the beginning. And I think any person could have just said, oh, okay, sorry, didn't mean to bother you, have a good day. And just by doing a little bit more digging, asking those questions, that's what will do the deal. And so
I just remembered I have a brand new, fresh Canadian testimonial for you. My friend moved from Vancouver Island onto the mainland. And I just happened to be talking to her and telling her I was doing this. She said, oh, I went on YouTube and I wanted Kelowna communities, because there's some communities. And I found this guy on YouTube and I watched his videos and I called him and we bought a house from him. End of story.
Yep.
It works.
Yeah, that's how it works. So yeah, we've seen a little bit downtick on some of the leads, but they're still coming in, and people are still buying houses even with these interest rates. So that's the thing. People buy and sell homes every single day, regardless of the market. We just got to find the ones that are doing that, And so, and if we hide under a rock, then they're not out there turning over rocks to find an agent. I'll tell you that. So yeah, it's just something you want to do.
Yeah. Anyway, great.
All right.
And he was doing neighborhood videos, by the way. I don't know if he's one of yours, but that's what he was doing. He wasn't doing house videos. He was doing neighborhood videos. That's what I meant to tell you. That's what was important. Yeah. I'll let you go. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's go over to the chat and see what we got. Where did I leave off?
While you're finding that, I was just going to mention too, and I've been telling this to people on the course calls each week. If you haven't started your YouTube channel or you haven't started getting consistent with your videos, now is the time to do it. Because we're starting to see a little bit of a slowdown right now. But come next year, I mean, it's always crazy at the beginning of the year. But if the whispers are true and interest rates are going to go down in 2023, then we're going to have another buying craze most likely. And if you're on YouTube and you're the most visible, you're going to be the one who gets all of those leads that come in. So now's the time to prepare your channel, get all of those mistakes out of the way, start figuring out what your flow is so that next year it's a well-oiled machine when things start picking up again.
Yep. Let's see. Sue Shore's here. All right. First time, enrolled a few weeks ago. Awesome. Welcome, Sue. Let's see. Need to change from moving to Kansas City to Sioux Shores. Okay. Jennifer here. Joined last week. Glad to be here. Awesome. Well, welcome. I like that little what is that? Emoji? What do they call the little character people?
I actually don't know. It's an iPhone thing.
I thought it was a Snapchat thing.
Maybe it is a Snapchat thing. I see all my iPhone user friends that have them.
Background. Okay, we got that background recording. You know it. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. The dogs.
Go dogs.
Dogs. Let's not start there. All right. Oh, it is Mihai. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I guess you would have corrected me. Okay. I'm way behind on chats over here. Let's see.
Yeah, I think we're kind of past Mihai's comments. We talked to him already. Oh, this is a good question.
Oh, north. So we got north of Atlanta and we got west Atlanta now. And we do have
Battle of the Georgians.
We're just going to cover north, so that we need a east Atlanta and we need a south Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see. Where are we at, Krissy?
There you go. There's a good one.
Thank you. How do you handle terrible YouTube comments and questions? Hey, Olivia. So, well, it depends on terrible YouTube comments and questions. Great. First of all, don't take it personally. All right. Whatever you do, do not take it personal. Yeah, just don't do that. And actually, did I have the we need to check this video wherever we're at at 53 minutes, Krissy, because I don't know if I had my CRM open behind whenever I open up the text messages. So
okay. Yeah, I'll double check on that.
Just remind me around the 53-minute mark. We might need to clip that.
Okay. Yeah. Or
blur it out.
Sure.
Because I think that's whenever I was talking about the numbers, I think I had the CRM open and I don't want names on there. So let me see. Oh yeah. Don't take it personally. And the other thing is depends, it depends. If it's a stupid comment, I don't mind that. Now, if it's pornography or spamming, I'll delete and report, or, I'll remove report. If you report it, it'll remove it for you. So I think we had a spell last month. I think, as soon as we published a video, it would get, pornography comments on there. And I was just very diligent about reporting and blocking, and now they're not popping up anymore. So I don't know if we got rid of all of them. And then also, and there's some spam. You'll see some Bitcoin stuff, or like, I can't believe, you should talk to Mary. Mary made me $5,872. And then there will be 20 comments, and you'll be like, oh my God, I got 20 comments on my video. And then it's all in one thread and it's all selling crypto. That's spamming. That's, so I would block and report that I don't want on the channel. If it's somebody like saying, you're stupid, I don't know, or that's not true, or, everyone has their own facts too, as well. So, if you say something, I'll be like, well, that's not true. This is this, I just leave it alone. Or you could engage with them as well. I mean, if you're newer on your channel, and we do this on the new videos, but we're so backed up in comments now, you'll just never get to all of them. But in the beginning, you should, acknowledge and reply to acknowledge and ask a question. That's what I mean by reply, but acknowledge and ask a question so that you can generate more comments. You can kind of fuel that conversation. So if somebody makes a statement that's negative or says, well, that's not true, or something like that, you could, if you want to engage in that, which I don't recommend this, but sometimes it's fun to go back and forth for a comment or two, especially when your channel's new and you're trying to build up, and, but at the same time, if it's a completely stupid comment that makes no sense, you have the choice to leave it alone, or you could acknowledge and ask a question back, or what makes you think that? I mean, you could simply say, what makes you think that? Or where did you find that information? Or you could say, maybe, the other thing is a lot of time we get a little ego and we don't want to admit, oh, did we, and I've made mistakes in videos. Sometimes viewers will have the eye, right? They're looking, some of those people are out there are looking for all the little mistakes. And so sometimes they'll say something, I'll be like, oh yeah, good point, or something, or I'll be like, thanks for helping out. So if I take that little bit of that high road, it's not really a big deal. So I think it really just depends. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it. If it's a troll and they start popping up, like sometimes I'll wake up in the morning, and of course I have notifications from comments, and there will be one person that was clearly up at 2 a.m. in the morning, and they started commenting on every single video telling me how wrong I am about everything. And I'm just like, it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about that. But clearly somebody was on a late night binge. So, but yeah, I mean, I think you just pick and choose. If you feel like there's something that needs to be addressed or corrected, or, you know, you can open up that conversation. But otherwise, everyone else always acknowledge and ask a question. So if they say, hey, great house, you know, that's cool. It's anything simple. Say, oh yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Where do you live now? You know, where do you live now is always a very simple question to ask people back. Cause I'm always curious too. Do they live local or out of state? So it's just something to keep in mind, but I wouldn't let it be, don't let it get to you. It's going to happen. So.
Yeah, and any comment, well, not any comment, the spammy pornography links, those are bots, and you don't want to engage in those at all, because as soon as you reply, it actually turns on, you know, a string of comments. So that's where those comments are coming from. If one person engages with it, then it's basically triggering it to do it on all of your videos, and it will continue to do it for a long period of time. So don't engage with those, just delete those. But keep in mind that people who are just generally being snotty or get onto your channel just to tell you how wrong you are, they're secret fans, because why else would they be watching your videos, right? So what they don't know is that's contributing to your engagement score. So ultimately, when they comment and it's a real person, it's not a spammy bot, they're actually helping your videos get pushed out more, because YouTube is seeing that you're getting engagement on the video. So I would respond back to every comment that you can, whether it's positive or negative, and just know that you can sleep well at night knowing that they're helping your engagement. So also, one other thing I was telling somebody on a client call yesterday, they were getting quite a few, because they're in the California area, and they were mentioning, you know, I was actually looking through their comment section, and a lot of the comments were like, this is the worst place to live. The crime's so bad here. You know, there's hobos everywhere. And they were kind of walking through there. And I was like, oh, this is the perfect title for a video. Like, is this a homeless haven? Like that, I can't think of a better way to address some of those objections than to make a video directly talking about what the comments are talking about. So positive or negative, that comment section is full of content ideas for you. So, you know, go after that objection and make a video.
There you go. There you go. Love it. Solving all the world's problems today is yes.
What can I do?
Let's see. Moving to Denver, when designing thumbnails, do you find the CTR to be higher if you were to use the keywords in the thumbnail?
Not necessarily. No. I mean, we actually did some testing, and we actually found that if you use the same words in your title and your thumbnail, that the CTR was actually a little bit lower. So, and it actually does not have any bearing on what's actually in the metadata, because the metadata is what matters. And so we retitle everything that we use, keyword or the thumbnails, video titles themselves at the file level. You'll want to reword that, because the metadata is what helps it rank. It just becomes a picture that you can't read the text once you put a thumbnail up.
Yep. There you go. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, we're back there. Yes. I went way back again, I think. What's the next one, Krissy?
I'm looking through here. It looks like we talked to Mary Jane already. How do I get to the Keyword Explorer? That's where we're at with Casey.
Right above that. Let me see. How do I get to Keyword Explorer? Well, that was, you should be able to install, if you install TubeBuddy, which we have a link to that in the description below, or also in the course, then let's see,
you have to have a paid license to get the Keyword Explorer, by the way. It's
okay.
Not on the free version.
There you go. So it's up here for me. This is where it puts it up in Keyword Explorer. But yeah, this is something else. We put a code. We put a discount code in the course. So if you're in the course, then you can get the discount code. It works out if you pay for the year and use the discount code. I think it works out to, I want to say $17 a month is what it really kind of breaks down to, which is well worth it. I mean, that's a very simple tool. I mean, you want that for starting out your channel. So that's a worthwhile investment. So I would do that. And just want to learn how to analyze competition. Thanks. Okay. Well, watch their videos. That's what I would say. It would be, yeah, you can watch their videos if you want. This is something that is completely up to you. Now, the thing is that I think it helps. I don't get caught up to it. I think I probably watched a little more of some other people's videos in the beginning just to kind of get an idea of what I thought was working. I mean, there was a couple of channels, really about 3 to 5 main channels in Dallas whenever I started. But I could tell that the optimization, SEO, all that stuff, when I started exploring that a lot more, that it wasn't dialed in on their side of it. So, we've passed up all those channels. The top channel had 7,000 subs whenever we started. The second had 5,000. And we've been able to pass up both of those channels, through the optimization. So otherwise, I look at it, if I look at somebody else's in my market, their channel, which I'm starting to see several more pop up here and there. And I'll be curious. I'm like, okay, well, because it gets filtered into my feed. So I'll see it because clearly I'm looking through Dallas real estate stuff consistently. So if a new channel pops up, I'll get fed a video and I'll check it out. And I want to look at their quality of content. I want to look at their camera, their audio, so again, all the creator side of it. I'm not concerned about the person, not even looking into them. Who is this person? Who is this other person on YouTube? I'm not worried about that. I'm just looking at production quality is what I'm looking at. I usually don't finish the video. I'll watch the video for about 1 to 2 minutes because I can get a good sense and an idea of what the rest of it's going to be like, how there's going to be a transition or some B-roll or some text or something in there. So I can get a really quick idea. And otherwise, you can look at that. If there's not a lot of people in your market, you look at our channel, you look at some of the other channels that we have helped out, then you can just look in there. But you can, if you wouldn't spend too much time on it, but also make note of their videos in the past. If there's videos that have done well. It was funny. What was I looking at? I was looking at something the other day and I just noticed that, it was my own, YouTube gave me a tip in the analytics. It gave me a thumbnail tip. It said, see tips for thumbnails. So I started let me see if it was on my phone, but I wonder if it's on because I would just show you anyways, but it was like, oh, let's look at your thumbnail. So it was doing a thumbnail analysis for me. And I was looking through there and then I realized here's your top performing thumbnails. It was all negative videos, and then it said, compare your thumbnails to other videos that have done well in your categories. And all their videos were negative videos. It's like fire, negative symbols, crash and burn, all this stuff. And we don't do a lot of those because we've kind of taken the standpoint of we want to, remain positive. We want to educate. We want to, focus on just providing information versus, the sky's falling out left and right. Now we've done a couple of catchy videos you could say with, market crash. Of course, I wanted to test that out since everybody was doing it. So that's something like you see your competition doing it over and over. I mean, go look at Graham Stephan, Jason Walters, and Andre, this other guy, Andre, Graham and Andre are like finance guys, but every single one of their thumbnails completely negative. It's $1 on fire. It's $100 bill on fire. It's a piggy bank, shattering. It's, Jerome Powell with laser beams coming out. I mean, it's just constant negativity. And, that's what they say on the news, right? If it bleeds, it leads. And that's how they would structure, people that I've talked to behind the scenes in the news industry and things like that. I mean, that's what they're always trying to lead with is some form of negativity. And I just wanted to take the positive approach. I wanted to, really focus on, look, like I said, people are moving regardless, and I was on a conversation with the call last week or maybe 2 weeks ago now with the client, and our CRM malfunctioned and the call forwarded to my cell phone for some reason. So it's supposed to go to the team, but I answered the call and talked to the guy for 20 minutes from California. And I just asked him straight up, are you, is interest rates a concern of yours? And he's like, no, they're not, because I tell you what, he goes, I absolutely cannot afford anything in California right now. And he said, plus I put in, he goes, I initiated my own transfer to South. He works with Southwest Airlines. And he was like, I initiated my own transfer to Dallas because I see what's going on in the market there. I see reasonably priced homes. And he goes, I can still get in, be close to the airport. I've been researching on your channel. And he goes, I understand what interest rates are, but he goes, I also know I can refinance. So that was his words. And I was like, cool. All right, well, let's get you a house then. And we just chit chatted back and forth. And it was the right time for him and his family to get out. I mean, California has lessened restrictions, all these things that have, kept a lot of people that have, especially conversations we've had with clients, a lot of people that have decided to stay now. But when they were doing with the lockdowns and everything, I mean, people were just trying to get out of there left and right. But now it's calmed down over there, quite a bit, other than, some other things going on. But that's the thing. You got to talk to the people, and people are making decisions every single day to move, regardless of interest rates and market. And I tell you what, the deals we've been locking up, even though last week, like Vince had to go 20K over, most of our deals right now in the last 2 to 3 weeks have been very, very favorable to the buyer, coming in at list price, getting, 20,000 in concessions. I mean, we got a new construction deal. We got 28,000 in concessions from the builder to buy down the rate 2 points, so that got somebody in a 5% rate. So you can do these different types of things. You just got to be able to have those discussions with the buyers and be able to articulate, the value in still buying right now. And we also showed like the market report for October or September, even September, prices were still up 20%, 19%, in the areas where a lot of people are moving. So we're still seeing the price appreciation in these areas. And again, we're in an environment, we're fortunate to be in Dallas, which is one of the top job growth markets, strongest economies, corporations moving here. So even though prices are where they are, I mean, when you got Caterpillar, moving headquarters here, Goldman Sachs bringing 5,000 people here. You've got Hewlett Packard. I mean, these tech giants, companies, I mean, even like Caterpillar, I mean, that's a tractor company, but still they brought 1,000 people, just relocated their headquarters. Those people, there's people there, they don't want to rent, they want to buy. And so they're looking for help and assistance. And guess what they're doing? They're researching on YouTube. We had somebody on our live stream the other night from the Philippines. And, 2 weeks before that, got a call from somebody from Belgium. And again, and what did the Belgium lady say? She said, my husband's getting transferred to Dallas. We live in Belgium. My husband's getting transferred to Dallas. And yep. So we found your channel, started watching your channel. And so that's the thing. People are getting transferred, making decisions, deciding it's the right time for them. All of those are creating that environment that people are buying and selling. So you've got to increase your visibility so that people know you're still doing business. So that consistency is key. And then also the more you publish, the more opportunity you're giving yourself to be found. So that is all the reasons why I think video is more important than ever right now, because and here, we talk to California people all the time, California agents, and they're like, everybody's moving out of California. And I'm like, well, actually Sacramento is like one of the top relocation markets. San Diego, one of the top relocation markets in the country, which means the Californians that are leaving, there's a lot of them are staying within California. They're just going to different areas with different viewpoints and taxes and restrictions and things like that. So crime, all that stuff, we were in Denver. Like I said, we just got back from Denver yesterday and just driving, shout out to my man, Will was there. And yeah, you're driving in the middle of downtown and, we just passed a couple of streets and just complete encampments on the sidewalks. I mean, I wouldn't walk down that street, and nothing against any of those people, but they're just, it's just a different environment. And when you got tents lining the entire sidewalks on both streets, like in the middle of the city, I'm just like, it's not the best, and Denver's a little bit more open about that stuff. I mean, they set up a bowling bowling night for us, you know? And so, but they told us, they're like, okay, it's like 2 blocks away, but you might want to consider an Uber just because it's a little sketch walk. And we're in the middle of it seemed like a nice area to me. I mean, and when we got there, it was this whole main strip. It was this whole main strip of like bars, restaurants, you know, the bowling, all that stuff. It was a really nice, clean area, but they were literally saying, well, the 2 blocks to get there could be a little patchy, you know? And that's just what's going on right now. And that's the reality of it. But I'm just emphasizing the point that people are moving still, regardless. And if you don't have the amount of clients that you want right now, you got to get more visible, you know, you got to get more visible. So, let's see. Have you tried videos about new construction? If yes, was it successful? Yeah. You know, that's something I've seen this pop up more and more, recently is people just doing walkthroughs of new construction. You ask any builder of any model home, they will let you film that home. So they don't care. So yeah, I think they're catchy. I know of I've seen several channels right now that actually I found one. I believe there's one in Atlanta, since we got a lot of Atlanta folks on here. As far as I know, that lady that isn't even on camera, you know, and just does walkthroughs of new construction homes, and her channel seems to be doing very well. Now, how much business is she doing? I don't know, but, and are all the views there legit? I don't know. I didn't dig into all that stuff, but it's a very simple, basic concept. I mean, I think there's, you know, a million different ways to win on YouTube. Now in real estate, maybe there's 1,000, but you know, there's 1,000 different ways to win in real estate. We've always said our way and our method is a recommendation, because it's really what helped us. I know the path I took and what I studied and learned and implemented, that I can, you know, pass that on. And we've seen it help others tremendously. Others, you know, Miha, sometimes, you know, we're 2 weeks in, sometimes that's still a little too early to tell as well. I mean, it just takes time, you know, we just got to build that up. And plus you've got an 8-year channel, you know, and now we're trying to revitalize that. So clearly there's been some inconsistency there. I mean, so we just got to get back in the groove, and that's the main thing. So, let's see. I don't know why she is. Oh, okay.
I think she was talking about her avatar.
Okay. Oh, avatar. That's the word I was looking for. Avatar. Yeah. Just slipping me there for a minute. Oh, there we go. The cartoon. Yes. An avatar. Yes. Thank you. That's why for some reason I was just drawing a blank on that one. So
emoji avatar, same thing, right?
Well, yeah, it's funny because I was looking through emojis earlier for something we were working on. So emoji was on my mind. Plus I'm on time chains and I'm about to go to Orlando tomorrow. Maybe we've already had 2 flights to Orlando canceled because of the storm. So we're supposed to go speak at NAR this weekend. And, yep, so far we're having trouble trying to get there. Let me see. Just curious because I see people trying to get info from you guys without talking to you. Seems like people are trying to get info and don't want to speak to you. Oh, you mean?
Yeah, that's a follow-up to her question about terrible YouTube comments.
Oh, so they're not being mean. You're saying they're just trying to extract information. Well, I mean, so, hey, we've converted comments. You'd be surprised. So we have links, you know, to reach out to us in the description, in the banner. We pin a comment. People will comment under the pin comment and say, how do I get a hold of you guys? You know, hey, I'm thinking about buying a home. Can you help me out? Yes, we can help you out. So I have no idea what they're thinking, but that's okay. I'm going to just pretend they didn't ask that question, and I'm going to answer it. So the thing is that, yeah, we convert comments. We've converted quite a few comments. So just make sure you acknowledge, ask a question, or, you know, post the number. The easiest way that I've been able to convert comments is by acknowledging and then posting the phone number in the comment. So I'll just say, you know, absolutely, we can help you out. Make sure you give me a call, and then here's the number. I have to, you know, again, just make it as easy as possible. And sometimes that's what it takes. And sometimes we'll get a text right away. Hey, you just told me to text you from the comment. I mean, that's happened that quickly. From the comments, we can't really see who they are and what, their contact information or anything like that. So the ones that are proactive and reach out to us, we've captured that information. The ones that comment, just say, yeah, hey, we happy to help you out. Give me a call and put in the phone number. And that's the easiest way to do it. They're just annoying. Yeah, could be. So are you using thumbnails for shorts that are created from your long form content, which you already have on your channel? No. We're not, right?
No. Usually they give you a couple of choices of thumbnails that you can use for that particular short. And so we usually find something within like the defaults that we end up using that just has some, good text or something like that. So yeah, we aren't going outside of that and adding an extra thumbnail at the moment.
Let me see. You can make a specific thumbnail for the short though.
You can. Yeah. A lot of times we end up finding a spot that works for what we have. So we give you options.
Oh man, we're going long on this one. I just lost track of time. All right. We're at the end anyway. So I'm gonna have to end this because I do have a hard stop. I've got a call I got to get on. Let's see. Okay, Casey just bought your course. We'll sign up for paid version too, buddy. All right, awesome.
Awesome.
Happy to help you out. Since you provide value and don't sell yourself as a real estate agent, do people ever not know you are a real estate agent? I mean, maybe, but maybe those are the ones that don't call us. I think most people get the picture because I just tell them, if you're thinking about making that move, information's in the description below, and down in the description we have our contact information, we have our license number, we have our information, our IABS, our TREC consumer notice, all that stuff is in the description, which by the way, you'd be surprised, our TREC, our consumer protection notice and our IABS gets a lot of clicks. We have trackable links on there. There's a lot of, I think the IABS, information about brokerages services, almost has 1,000 clicks. So people are checking that stuff, making sure you're legit up to speed. And that's good because, you want that out there. So yeah, I could simply say, my name's Levi, I'm a real estate agent. I don't know. I just say, it's just something we haven't done. So, and you're welcome, Laura Lynn. Happy to have you. I think that covers everyone there for today. We're over anyways. Not that we really have time limits, but I've got to jump on another call. Oh, we got private chats too. How do people find the private chats?
There's a private chat that people can jump in if they want to, if they come in through the stream.
It's all the people in the green room.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Avatar. All right. See, everyone's jumping in there, helping us out with the avatar. Matthew, I like his question. How do you sign up for the course? There you go. Oh, you got him. Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you next week. And until next time, make sure you check out, by the way, go to passiveprospecting.com, sign up so you're first to be notified when we release the book. Just got off a call today with the publisher again, and got some things working. Super excited. It's going to be awesome. There's so much I just want to say, but I also want it to be kind of a surprise. So, but it's coming along. But sign up for the book, and then we've got other information on there as well. You can reach out and let us know if we can help you out in any way, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys.